and welcome back to My Happy Place. I'm Miss Johanna.
And I'm Miss Charity, and we're gonna find out what happens to Moses right after this.
Last week's memory verse was John 11:25, and yesterday you guys were supposed to say them to your parents and let us know, and we got so many voice memos or videos of kids saying their memory verse. It was awesome. I wanted to share one with you guys of my friend Garrison, who lives in Montana, and he did so good on the memory verse. I thought I would share it with you guys. So let's hear.
John 11:25. Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth on me, though he were dead, yet shall he live.
So thank you guys for all those awesome messages of you guys saying your memory verses. You did so well. So we're going to be sending out you guys' presents and prizes for this next week. So we have some special resources and things on our website, which is gracewaydc.com. And there's going to be a little banner that says My Happy Place. If you click on that, it'll take you to our page for our Sunday school class. And we have our memory verses for every week. So all 3 weeks are on there. Then we have some activity sheets and some coloring pages that you guys can download and do while you're watching our videos. And then if you missed any of our videos, they're all right there on our website. So you can rewatch some of them or watch the ones you missed.
So yesterday we learned about how Moses was rescued by Pharaoh's daughter and went to live with them in the palace. Well, one day when Moses was 40 years old, he did something very terrible, and the Pharaoh was trying to kill him, so he had to save his life and run away from the palace. And he lived in the wilderness for another 40 years. And he got married, and that is when our story takes place.
So that's where we're going to pick up today. One day, Moses was leading his flocks along the side of a mountain, and he was just, this is what he's been doing for about 40 years, and there's sand, and there's mountains, and there's some bushes, and there's his sheep, and it's always like this. And he looks over, and there's a bush on fire. So he's watching it for a little while, just to make sure the fire doesn't spread, maybe. He's looking at it, and the bush isn't burning up. You know when you put wood on a fire and you have to keep putting more wood on the fire to keep the fire going? Well, this bush was on fire and it wasn't burning up. And it's still on fire and it wasn't burning up. And he got closer to it and was looking at it, and the bush was not burning up. And then all of a sudden, a voice came from the bush. "Take off your shoes," the bush said. Wait, what? If I was Moses, I would be like, did that bush just talk to me? Told me to take my shoes off? It said, take off your shoes, because this is holy ground that you're standing on. Well, Moses was like, who's speaking? Who's talking to me? The bush said, I am the God of Abraham. I want you, Moses, to go to Pharaoh and to tell him to let the Israelites, the children of Israel, go. Well, Moses was like, okay, I think you got the wrong person. You see, I'm really bad at speaking. I'm not a very good speaker. And this is where I feel like me and Moses would be good friends, because I'm not a good speaker, and I stumble over things that I say, and I say the wrong thing, and it's not good. So Moses is like, listen, I'm the wrong person. I can't talk to Pharaoh, and if I can't talk to Pharaoh, I can't convince him to let all of his slaves that are doing all of his work for him. I can't convince him to let him go.
And besides that, Pharaoh's trying to kill me.
That's right.
Why would I go to Pharaoh?
He's asking God, how can I do this? How am I supposed to do this? And the bush, which was God's voice speaking through the bush, says, you can do it, Moses, with my help. He said, you will use your shepherd's staff. He was using a staff while he was walking. He said, to show Pharaoh that I have sent you. And Moses is like, okay. Like, what's super special about my staff? This is my staff. You let people go. He was kind of confused. And the bush said, throw your staff down on the ground. So Moses is probably thinking, okay, this is a little weird. But then again, there's a voice coming from this bush, which is also really weird, so it must really be God. So he threw his stick down, or his staff down, and it turned into a snake. And I mean, if that was me, I would have been gone. I would have been like, that's cool, I'm leaving, there's a snake here. Like, I would have screamed and run far away from that mountain. But God said, all right, now pick up the staff. Okay, hold on. So I threw my staff down, it turned into a snake. I do not touch snakes, I do not hold snakes. Why would I go down and pick up the snake? That's kind of scary to me. I don't like snakes at all. Well, Moses obeyed, and he put his hand down, and he picked up the snake by the tail, which is not how you pick up snakes, because they could bite you. So he picked up the snake, and it turned back into his staff. I mean, that is a miracle. So Moses saw that and said, well, this really must be God. And if God can turn my old staff into a snake and then back into the staff, he totally can help me speak. So Moses packed up his bags and went back to Egypt to somehow, with God's help, convince Pharaoh to let the Israelites go.
So for our memory verse this week, we're going to learn Joshua 24:15. Well, just parts of it. It's really long. But in the verse it says, "Choose you this day whom you will serve. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." And that ties into our story today because Moses chose to serve God. When he was in Pharaoh's house, he served God. And because he couldn't continue to serve God in Pharaoh's house, that's why he left and went to the wilderness. And when he was in the wilderness, he served God again. And God asked him to leave the wilderness, and he chose to serve God. So we're going to choose to serve God today. And let's learn this first. We've got some actions to go with it.
Joshua 24:15. Choose you this day whom you will serve. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
So we're going to do the first part of the verse, and you guys say it along with us, all right?
Joshua 24:15. Choose you this day whom you will serve.
Let's do it one more time.
Joshua 24:15. Choose you this day whom you will serve.
So let's remember to choose God every day.
All right, we'll see you guys next time and find out what happens to Moses and this big task that he was given to convince Pharaoh to let God's people, the Israelites, go. So we'll see you guys next time. Bye!